They can't even see me wave anymore. Eh? Nepa. Eh? Down Nepa. We never even start the live. They don't see light. Shay. All right. Hi guys. How are you doing? Stumbled upon this story on online about a young lady who apparently lied. I don't want to use those other words. Let's just say bye. Because of Instagram and other social media algorithms and stuff. A young lady lied because she was trying to enhance her body. That's the story today. Somebody said shark meat. Don't we all? You had the shark meat, my darling, didn't you? How was it? It was nice, Abby. My kids ate the shark meat. So one of my daughters is here, and I was talking from a very angry perspective that how can somebody go and buy themselves on top say you won't get Bakassi with big pass, you know, and say what you were saying. Come closer so that they can hear you. Don't worry, they don't need to see you. I don't want them to see you having this discussion, even though these are the things that you're talking about. So my daughter was quite um, animated about this and said so many things that moved me from anger because my own what I called her was, don't worry, if I catch you doing all this kind of thing, let me go buy you by myself. The thing no fit buy you because me I go don't buy you tete. What kind of nonsense is that? But then she was saying things like, say what you were saying. Yes.
It's just that.
Is that what? Draw a break it to. It's okay like that. Just you come closer so we can hear your volume. And I'm going to open up the phone lines on Instagram. So you want to talk about this? Just join me live on Instagram. Okay, I'll be inviting people to talk about this because I personally don't find there are some extreme cases. Some people who feel who when you look at them, you know that this person needs help. But on the average, and I don't know why. Before you used to see that one girl that was curvy and all, but now it's like everybody has gone to buy the curve. You know, get them, you go buy them. So it's it's looking a bit funny. Um, Someone said, "Daddy Freeze, you know, go sleep. This is my work, oh. This is my office, oh. You did not know. Now you supposed go sleep because you get where you want go wash plates tomorrow as your own job. This not my own work, oh. Uh-huh. So you were saying things like, um, yes, about the skinny influencer.
Yeah, so she's skinny and she's not endowed top or bottom.
She's not endowed top or bottom, okay,
Yeah,
and skinny.
so why they, she in her comment section
Yes.
there was somebody that said, oh, they would rather be flat chested than to have the amount of breast they have now.
Yes.
Because they are often sexualized by men and boys and everything.
Okay.
And then someone else in the other comment replied her and said that I would rather be sexualized than to be flat chested because and I still because I'd rather be sexualized than flat chested because I cannot go out and then people will see me and just like she's young and it can be degrading sometimes.
Yeah. And this happened at the pool the other day. She was about to turn 18. So they said, okay, after 6, everybody should leave. Her younger sister is more endowed. So they came to meet her. The younger sister is how many years younger than you? 3 years. And they came to meet the older one who is, I wouldn't say not endowed. She's just slimmer. And let me tell you, slim girls are very, especially slim curvy. They're very, to me, they're more portable and easier to manage. Omo, that's how Lifeguard came. Oh. and was telling us that no, 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 that this one has to come out of the pool. But we're like, she's almost 18, she's in the university. They were like, no. Then they looked at the younger one that is in secondary school but is more endowed and said, no, no, this one is 25 years old. This one can stay. I mean, so sometimes when people make statements like that, I think it affects especially women. Let me tell you something. I'm very confident now. I can remove my shirt. Even though now one big pack day here, I will show you that I will just remove my shirt with my one pack. I will still do my life. Nothing concern me. I'm not saying all these things. But I wasn't always like this. I always, growing up, I went through my own um let me tell you how bad my own was. This ear has a smaller lobe than this ear. Do you have those things on your body to where you feel that this ear is a bit more pointed than this ear? Then my hairline, one side is more in than the other. Then, because I was really skinny, my head looked much bigger than it is. So I used to have a spoon-like head. You know the way spoon is big spoon and then small body. You know, then my hairline, I felt that once I get into America, the first thing I'll go and do is plant hairline, adjust my ears. You understand? So I I went through that phase, and I kept feeling that I was ugly. Secondary school is the worst. I don't know what we are going to do to adjust um, the narrative in secondary schools, because all this starts from secondary school. People want to feel like they belong. And let me tell you this, I hate to say this, my former marriage was also put me down. When I say this, everybody's like, yeah, 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 you are attacking your. I'm not attacking your ex, my ex. It's one of the things I went through. And that is why I'm passionate about it, because my ex never told me I was good looking. My ex always used to make it look like I was average. I was average. I thought she was good looking initially when we first started. So I never had that, oh, you're not good looking issue. Of course, after a while, after the kids, and then, yeah, maybe that was my fault too. I didn't tell her she was as good looking. But I remember when we were younger, she used to tell me that she used to see other guys and point them to me, oh, this is a fine boy, this is a fine boy, this is a fine boy. So I used to feel like, me that I'm with you, I'm not a fine boy. So it was affecting me. How do I put it? Um, Subtly, I felt that once I enter Yankee and I make small money, one of the first, before I even start buying car, house, and all those things, I will, I will start adjusting myself. I will do my ears. Sometimes I'll sit in the mirror. I'll say, if I pin my ear like this, would it be finer? I'll be trying to readjust my ear to see. And I went through that throughout my relationship with her, because I started dating her in my second year in the university. I came into the university to study computer science, but then after 2 years, I changed to sociology. Uh, my 100 level, I did that alone. Then she joined as a jambite when I was going to 200 level. But I was supposed to go to 200 level computer science. She was coming in 100 level. Then I was supposed to go to 300 level computer science. She was supposed to go to 200 level sociology. But then I now changed my course from 300 level computer science to 200 level sociology. Uh, and then we were in school, we were in class together till we both finished. And I remember back then, well, I was already dealing with the fact that I didn't have a car in school till end of third year. That was already a complex for a guy. You don't have a car. A girl that doesn't have a car would always find a guy to take her to club. Or the guys are always. But you as a girl, sorry, as a guy, you already have that. You don't have a car, and you want to rub shoulders with the big boys. You always be feeling, how do I put it, like you are not good enough. And then she always said those things. Oh, as in those kind of comments. This is a fine girl. This is a fine guy. Ah man, oh, do you know this guy? Then they'll be talking about guys in movies that I find. Things like that affect the people you're with, even your kids. Be careful how you, oh, this person is so fine. Oh, this person is so beautiful. Oh, this person, it affects your kids because your kids look at themselves and they look at the character you are saying is so fine. And then they feel that they are not as good as that character, and sometimes it gets into their heads to try it. This is unconscious. It's not like you intentionally want to put your kids down. I don't think she intentionally wanted to put me down, but it was just her character not to say I'm good looking. You understand? And it's not like I ever felt good looking. I just used to feel okay, I'm normal. I didn't feel good looking and I didn't feel ugly. You understand? But she made me feel like on the scale of 1 to 10, I was probably a 3 or a 4, maybe a 2 self. You understand? She gave me those vibes, even though she would use her mouth to say, hey, you are like a 4.5, almost a 5. But then she would say things that would make me feel like I'm a 3. Until I came to Lagos. And then it affected my confidence. Now, first of all, I wasn't a particularly confident person. Why? I didn't come from those homes where parents spoil their kids with money and give them car and clothes and all those things. So that already affected me. I didn't have a particularly good relationship with my dad. I had a nice relationship with my mom, but with my dad, it was a bit of a problem. So I already had my insecurities I was dealing with, and then I came to Lagos. I started working on the radio, and then girls were like, "Oh, wow!" I used to, it now in the from the responses I was getting from girls, I now felt more like I was a 6. Do you understand? Even though at home I'll be. Then her friends. There was one particular friend. I don't know what's Patience or what's her name. Said that you are so fine and you follow this boy that is not fine. As in this, that kind of. And then she too carry her mouth and come and tell me that. Imagine what my friend said. I used to wonder, what is this for? Why are you making me feel like that? Until the marriage went the way it did and it ended. And I met Taste Buds, and Taste Buds used to tell me every day, oh man, you are so good looking. Sometimes when I cut my hair, she'd be like, man, why are you so fresh like this? Why are you so. I'm telling you, I used to, as in, even though by now I'm too old to start thinking that one surgery here, one something here will adjust my body or make me feel better with myself. But it does help a person's confidence. You know, it does help a person's confidence. So you can help your kids by not making statements around them that subconsciously can make them feel like they're not good enough. You know, and all the kids, the one that is curvy has still problems, feels that the curve is too much. The one that is not curvy feels that, oh my God, I need to be curvy. The one that is curvy feels that the curve is too much. I need a part of it reduced. And even the one that is in between curvy and not curvy still feels bad. So we've all made mistakes in that regard. But I think, let me ask, how do we avoid people going under the knife? Because my daughter here says if she's allowed, she will go under the knife, right? Let me ask you a question. Imagine you had 20 million naira now. Look at me. Imagine you had 20 million naira now, and fixing your body would cost 10 million. Car costs 10 million. Getting an apartment, furnishing it, and all that will cost maybe 10 million. So you'd have to, if you are given the money now, you'd either have to get a house and a car, or fix your body and a car, or fix your body and a house and be using Uber. The money you have is not enough to go round. What would you do? It will be house and car.
Yes.
Thank God. So let's imagine you had 30 million now. House is 10 million, car is 10 million, and fix your body to is 10 million.
All 3.
You do all 3. That means it's that important to you. After house, as in, it's that important to you now. Do you know the pain these people go through? You know you could die,
Yes.
and you don't care.
What the risk?
What the risk? How?
People survive it as well, so.
But do you know once you start, you're gonna have to be doing these things regularly.
I'm also thinking instead of 10 million for the surgery, I'll start something that can continuously give me income.
You start something that can continuously give you income, so that you can be doing the surgery every year. Then you spoke something about ideals. There was something.
Beauty standard.
Beauty standards. Yes, yes, yes. Let's have a conversation on beauty standards.
Well, it's also based on the beauty standards because back in the 70s, everybody wanted to be skinny. You said to yourself that back in those days, women with hips were not considered attractive.
Attractive, yes, in the 70s.
So during those 70s, people were starving themselves just to fit the beauty standard.
Just to fit the beauty standard, they were starving themselves. And now to fit the beauty standard, they are going through. But you see, the standard was set by people. Why do you let people dictate? Someone said, "Is that yellow?" No, if it's yellow, I should have been here in the live with me. I literally had to drag this one. This one is a more shy one. Very beautiful though, but I don't know why they just feel that they have to just adjust themselves with knives and scissors and nail cutter and all those other things. Do you know how painful it is? And do you know that sometimes, especially if you're doing this part, do you know you'll not be able to feed your children? It's still possible, but it's so much more painful. Did you actually check it out? Okay. But he said it's possible. How does this, as in, how do you people allow yourselves to be conned? Anyway, let me take a few conversations. Rejoice, the boss chick, let me invite you. Just let's have this conversation, because it's sad that somebody just died on top of this matter. I don't know, if I had 10 billion, I still would not want to touch my body. All right, please be turning on your lights now. No light, no network. We're going to lie. Now, wow. Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hello, can we see your face?
Yeah, I'm trying to put on my ring light. There's no light, but I'm finding it difficult to find my power bank.
Okay, put on your ring. How come you people don't have light? So turn on your light, turn on your light, turn on your light. It makes for bad viewership. Lisa Ndukwe, let me bring you on. I'm cute like this. That goes, eh? I'm a man, but I know what men are supposed to look like. I work out. No, I know how men are supposed to look like, with the six-pack and all the muscles. You know? These days I work out just for health reasons. Just to be healthy. And next ask if you've added some weight too. Oh, is it my eye?
Maybe it's your eye.
I mean, you don't carry another belly. All right, so what is your take on this?
That is, I think it goes back to preference, right? For me, I would not lie to you. I exercise, I have a child, but sometimes it's hard to maintain like your waistline, depending on what you like. Personally, if I have my way, I'll get like a surgery around my waistline. Really?
Can we see this waistline of yours?
What?
Can we see your waistline?
Go check me out on IG.
Let's see your waistline now. The waistline that's.
It's not bad, but
Let's see.
I mean, it's something that I care about. You know, not having fat around my waist. I don't like to look at all. So if I have the means one day, I'm thinking about it. One day I might just have to do it. So I don't judge anybody. I don't want to judge anyone.
But do you know you
Sometimes
could lose your
low
life?
self-esteem.
Are you
What?
aware? Are you aware that you could lose your life?
What?
Are you aware of the fact that you could actually lose your life?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
As in, do you know, say, if you Kpai?
I know now. Now they see so for social media, say people they die. You know, that maybe might change my mind, but I'm just telling you what I've always thought about. Like after having kids, I'm 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 looking at the option of working on my waistline. That's all.
Wow. All right, we have another lady here. Hello, young lady. How are you doing?
Yeah.
What is your name? Go ahead,
And you?
introduce yourself, and tell us what your perspective is.
Yeah, I live in the US, so here it's not really a big deal because before you decide to do something like that, at least you should have done your research. You know
Okay.
about the doctors. You know, every surgery has a what do you
Risk,
say? Has
yes.
a risk. So whether you're cutting your little toe or everything, as long as you are going under anesthesia, you're at a certain risk. You know, anything can go wrong. People react to anesthesia and they don't wake up. People react to the medicines. People react to a whole lot of things. Anything can happen. So whether you're even giving birth, you're going through C-section, or you're doing reconstructive surgery, or whatever you're doing, there's a risk to it. So like I said, for you, before you can go, before you do anything like that, do your research, find out what kind of who the doctor is, find out the mortality rate, find out the risk and everything. So the thing about Nigeria is that people, it happens here too. I know people that go to the Caribbean, to do studies, like here in America, there's a limit to like how much silicone you can inject in your body. There's a limit to how big your breast or your bum can be, how big they can. The doctors they are limited to how much size they can, they can increase it. So a lot of Americans will go to like the Caribbean, where they can get as big. Maybe there's no law there, or it doesn't really affect it. I don't know why, but you can go to like this Caribbean, and you can get the boobs as big as you want it, and you can get your bum as big as you want it. Versus here in the US, because there's a limit to what it can do, So people die from that too. A lot of people die from it, So for me, I have 3 kids. I've always, once you have kids, everything kind of changes. Your stomach is not the way it used to be. So right now, I'm thinking of doing it too. I'm a nurse, so I know the risk. Yes, I'm a registered nurse. I have doctors and nurses that do it every time. It's not, like I said, people are really open to it now.
Which of the procedures would you like to do? Which of the procedures would you personally like to do?
Say that again. I can't hear you.
Which of the procedures would you like to do?
I want to get my stomach as fat as it can be. The mistake I made was when I had my last child. I didn't think I should have told, because people do that. Like when you have your last child, you can get a tummy tuck at this, because I had C-section. Yes, the doctor can give you a tummy tuck right there, and mostly, I don't even think you don't have to pay extra for it. So that's the mistake I made, because as a nurse, I'm scared of anesthesia. I'm very, very scared. I don't react well with anesthesia. I'm scared. Even the oxygen, when you give me an oxygen mask, I can't breathe. Every time they give me oxygen, that I have to put on oxygen mask, I feel like I'm suffocating. That's the oxygen given to me, and I feel like I cannot breathe. So that's the only reason why I haven't done it, because I'm so scared. I said if I would do it, I won't get general anesthesia. If they can just give me anesthesia in the local, where I'm getting in my stomach, I want to be awake. Like, I want to be awake and see what's going on, because I know that I don't do well under anesthesia. Those are the things that Those are the things that people need to research before they do all these things. You know, like that girl, anything could have happened. Like when you do this surgeries, it could have been that maybe a clot, because sometimes I don't know what she did. Like when you do liposuction, they take fat out from one side or maybe from your stomach. Some people would take the fat and put it in the ass. You know, sometimes the fat that they transfer, it can dislodge. That means it can break off. Yes, it can break off and travel it can go anywhere in your like in the arteries and go
So it
and
can give you the
cross
PE equivalent.
in the brain.
So it can give you like a pulmonary embolism, but this time it's of
Yeah,
fat.
exactly. Yes.
Ew.
So many things can happen. People bleed. I've seen on this reality show, this American reality show, Real Housewives of Atlanta. There was one of the stars that ass was leaking.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you watch those shows. Yeah, she was like they said she would sit there and where she sat would be wet because it was leaking. People would do asses and it will become rotting.
Let's not use that word. Let's be careful with that word. Let's just say behind. Let's just say behind. Please, guys, be careful with your words. So we don't have to face Instagram wahala. Anyway, thank you, my darling sister. Your contribution has been amazing. Neka, anything else you want to say?
That'd be free.
Neka, anything you want to add?
No, all I'm saying is, like she said, people need to know where you go, but anything can go wrong. But I wouldn't also sit down here and say, "Oh no, it's wrong." Be confident. We all have that one thing we don't like ourselves, and
but I think this is more of a woman's problem. I think you women have this more as a problem than any other gender, even though there are 2 or 3 genders basically. So
you're breaking for some reason. I can't hear you. Yeah, you're breaking.
Wow. So you can't hear me now?
You're breaking. And the other.
Anyway, the other lady that joined us, what is your take?
The reason why I think some people go under knife to look good is because these days of it, they have influencers, and there are influencers that they think that you have a perfect body, and they want to look like those people, so they they are striving for perfection. And some people they do it for go under knife for health purposes, or some do it to boost their confidence. Like how the other ladies say that some of them they want to do the tummy tuck because of they have a child before. People go under knife to build their confidence. Some people might lose a lot of weight, like extremely a lot of weight, and they go under knife to do some tummy tuck and reconstruction. And some people just do it because they want to look good. They want to, gain attention from the world. And there's a lot of risks with the plastic surgery. Some people do it. Some people overfill their lips with silicone to the extent that they can't feel it no more. Some people overdip their nose to the extent that they can't even breathe very well. So there's a lot of stuff going on with it. Some people do their chin. Some people do liposuction of their chin. There's a lot of plastic surgery that is out there that people do just to look perfect.
Okay, and, hold on. Mute your mics if you are not talking. Mute your mics if you are not talking. The 2 ladies.
I can't hear you.
Neka, mute your mic.
We cannot hear you. We cannot hear you.
Let me type it in the comment section. Mute your mic if you aren't speaking.
No, we can hear you.
Okay. I typed it.
Oh,
Okay. Can you hear me? Oh, mute your mics if you are not talking. Okay? Okay, now you, the lady that was talking, please continue
yeah.
talking. Yes.
Okay, so many people does a lot of plastic surgery just to look good and build their confidence. There's a lot, especially for the face. There's a lot going on. Some people do the plastic surgery. Some people go under the silicone to fill in the wrinkle. They call it the filler. So when you're growing old and you wrinkle, they get that one to clear the wrinkle. That one is to build the confidence in the older people. It's mostly around the confidence. Some people do facelift. So if their face is dry, the elasticity of the face is expand. They do facelift to lift their face up. Some people do the filler just to like now I have a wrinkle. If I have a filler, it will not be able to wrinkle. Some people do the shin
The
filler. Some people
wrinkle will
do their
not
lips.
wrinkle.
Yes, it's a lot. They reconstruct their face. They do the chin liposuction so they won't have no double chin. A lot of things people do. Some even go to the extent of removing their ribs so they can have a smaller waist. Some people do liposuction. Some people, do the tummy tuck by removing some parts of their stomach so it can look flatter. And some people don't want their fat to go to waist. They do the BBL. And the BBL is the most dangerous plastic surgery in the world. Since it's the dangerous, a lot of people are still doing it. Because when the fat is transferred into the butt, there's a vein around the butt, I forget the name. And if the fat is mistakenly transferred into the vein, it will go into the bloodstream and clog up the heart. That's why a lot of people are dying from the BBL. And it is the most performed surgery people go after because the more your bump is, the more attention you get. And I even take it to the extent that the day and age, people see that ladies with big bum, they get more attention from men. Because nowadays some men like a lady with some big bum and they were like, oh, okay, this lady have a big bum and she's getting attention from different men. Maybe I should go do the same thing, even though there's risk behind it, but they don't really care. They just want the attention. They want to be known for a lady with the biggest bum or a lady with the biggest boob and all those stuff. And it is crazy. Some people even do the bum with the silicone, which is worse also because the silicone can erupt because people sit on their butt a lot. And if it erupts, it can transfer to their leg or different part of their lower extremities, which is not good. So
they could have a fat embolism. Do you know that in that area you have the superior and the inferior gluteal artery in your behind? So you can actually have a fat embolism in those arteries. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much, ladies.
And people don't care.
Thank you so much, ladies. You all are beautiful. Let me say the three of you look different, but the three of you look beautiful in your own ways. Not touch una body. Unneka spiff. Now you I start with unneka spiff. I don't want here say you adjust this your body. If you not like your waist that line, do sit up.
I walk out. I spend time at the gym, even though I'm so busy. I try to at least spend 45.
Or just find a guy that likes stomach. There are guys there that like stomach. Huh? My daughter said it's not about that.
Yeah. I want to add to what I said because some people goes under the knife for some health reason because some people have bigger boobs and they want to reduce it because of back pain or something like that. So not everybody that went under the knife do that because of attention. Some of that just do it just for health purposes and
don't worry. Auntie, that one you are talking about is 2%. The remaining 98 is because of looks. Anyway, thank you so much. I want to bring another set of ladies so we can just have keep the conversation going. Thank you so much. You guys are beautiful, and
Thank you.
remember, there are
Thank
people
you.
who love you. Don't go and waste your life unnecessarily because you want to have a flatter tummy or a bigger behind. I don't talk my own. I don't want una down. Oh yeah, come and be going.
Thank you.
Bye. Huh? It's all mind work. So that's why I'm working on your mind. It's all mind work. Yes. And Tunde Ednot is part of the problem. Quote me. Oh, Africa is blessed. Oh, Africa is blessed. Tunde Ednot. So anybody that is not blessed like that, not feel like you're not collecting your own blessing. Please, 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 please. Let me invite a few people here. Ladies, especially because now they do, and maybe I'll bring a man too. But now like to they do all these things.
Hi, Daddy Freeze. Linda here. How are you doing?
Hi, my darling sister. How are you doing?
I, this is the sort of conversation I love because I'm a fitness freak. Like, I used to live in Lagos. So I used to do my personal training. I helped people, lose weight and all of that. But when it comes to conversation like this, I'm always very interested in
Okay.
it. It's
Where
crazy what women are doing
are
these
you
days.
located?
Huh?
Where do you live now?
London. I left Lagos. I moved back to London February 2020. So I've been
Okay.
living in London since then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about going under the knife.
Okay.
Let's talk about going under the knife. I have Miss Thickness here too. Hi, how are you doing? Would like to see if you could turn on your light. Anyway, go ahead. Tell me, what is your take going under the knife, especially in the light of someone who just passed away because of this kind of a procedure?
Obviously, every woman has a right to do whatever she wants to her body, but I personally think that a lot of women are doing it just to get, the attention of men. And also, people keep mentioning men, men, men. Some women are actually doing it to compete with other women as well. Because when you go out there, there's so much society pressure. You can go out to the club, you can go out to an event, and you see how a
Oh,
woman is
wow.
actually looking.
Hold on, sorry. Miss Thickness said she's at the strip club. All right, sis.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, you know what? Yeah, what I'm basically saying is this. It's not just all about men that they freeze. Some women are actually doing it for other women as well, just to compete. It's like a woman going out. Let me say this. A woman is going out for a night out and she see other women looking good. Before she leaves home, she wants to actually look good to get the attention of other women. So she's not just doing it for men. So I think these days, a lot of women are under pressure to go under the knife because they're competing with other women as well, not just to get attention from men. And personally, I think it's not worth it. Because if a man is going to cheat on you, he's going to cheat on you, whether you have a bigger bum, bigger breast. If you have bad character, like I was making some comments on this on the comment section, having a dispute with some of the ladies. A man will cheat on you if you have bad character. You see some women out there, they're very slim, they don't even have breast, they don't even have bum, and the men are actually still with them. And the men, honestly, are not cheating on those women. Why? Because she has good character. You know what I mean? So women are actually forgetting character. It's not just all about big bum. It's not about just going under the knife. If you're lazy as a woman, you're not focused, you have a bad character, a man is still gonna leave you whether you go under the knife or not. It's very, very important. That's just my opinion of it, really. But I personally don't agree with women going under the knife. But everyone has a reason to do it.
And some men are gonna cheat nonetheless, whether you're good
they will
looking.
still cheat.
They cheated on Halle Berry,
Exactly.
and I know you're not as beautiful as Halle Berry. They cheated on Oprah Winfrey, And I know you're not as
Exactly.
rich as Oprah Winfrey. So who are you that they
Exactly.
will not cheat on? Yes.
Exactly. This is what I'm
Did they even
saying.
cheat on Beyonce? Be
Exactly.
like say they even cheat on Beyonce. They still cheat on her.
Exactly.
They cheat on
I would like
Cardi
you to bring more
B.
women on because I like to hear the opinion. I wouldn't
Mm.
leave anyone out
Sadly,
because
I
this
really
is
would have
me.
even liked to bring what's her name back? Miss Thickness. Miss Thickness, are you still there? I'd like to hear her if she can talk, unless there was loud music in the
Hmm.
strip club. I wanted to hear about that because anyway, for you to be able to be a lady in a strip club, you
Yeah.
would have to have a type of body. You would not even get a job.
I agree, but that's a strip club though, because most men are actually going to the strip club because that's what they want to see. But
Now,
you'll be so
now,
surprised that
what they want to see in the club, is it not the same thing they want to see in their beds?
um well, that's what they want to see in their beds. But if you look at some of these men, they're actually married to women that don't even have bum and breast.
Hmm.
So maybe it's just a fantasy they've got in their head. That's why they're going to a strip club. So I personally think, my opinion is, a lot of women are going onto the knife, they're just wasting their time because a man is still going to go out there to look for a bomb that's even bigger than yours. Or it's just good for a woman to have a high self-esteem. If a
And
man
that's what I'm
decides,
trying to sell
love
tonight.
yourself, huh?
That's exactly what I'm trying to sell tonight.
Yeah, love. You have to love yourself. If a man is gonna leave you, he will leave you whether you have a big bomb or not. You have to first of all love yourself. Know who you are as a woman. If a man comes up to you to say, "Darling, I want you to
Hmm?
to increase your bomb, go under the knife," it's up to the woman to say yes or no. If the man is putting her under unnecessary pressure, then I personally think that she shouldn't be in that relationship or marriage. It's not worth it because your life is very important. I'm from Port Harcourt, that it freeze, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I relate to this lady that actually passed away because she's from Port Harcourt as well. And I bet you that she actually did this surgery because maybe obviously I don't know her, but she had a reason for doing it. But
Mm-hmm.
it's really sad that she's lost her life because of this.
Very
Like, come
sad.
on,
Very
she's lost her
sad.
life because of surgery.
Very sad.
It's
Very
really
sad.
sad. It's really sad.
All right, we have a lady, and I also invited a guy.
Hiya.
So, all right, my lady, let me hear you so I can round this off. Just let me hear your take.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, we can hear you. All right. So I still support what you said, but I still think one of the reasons why ladies go under the knife, mostly if you notice women that do that, they are those women that actually they're after money. Do you know these days ladies don't really care about marriage or be tied down with one man or one seat. They are just after their business, they are money oriented type. If you really notice, if you take about 60 to 70% of those girls, they're just after money. They don't even care, they don't want to even settle down. At some point, maybe later they will want to settle down, but at some point, if you notice those girls that goes on that knife, they're after business. Wow, because they want, I think one of the major reason is to attract, it's like they are selling something. They attract the opposite sex. We're going to coin it that, to look good, yes, but the major reason is to attract the opposite sex. Why do you want to do that? You want to look good in your beautiful clothes with that figure eight shape. Why do you want to
Give
have
me
that
another
figure eight shape?
spoon.
For the opposite sex to appreciate you.
Hmm.
Yeah. We and inferiority complex. I've had situations whereby back then in school, they tell me, "Oh, jean trouser don't fit you." Why not? Because I was extra high as a minus I there in school. So they tell me, "Jean, don't put on jean. Why not just put on gown? Gown is preferable." Why? Because my shape. And I feel bad then. I feel so bad. And I do get jealous in a good way of those that have that shape. So inferiority complex is number 2 reason why people go under under surgery. Inferiority complex. But I still stand that and I still believe that number 1 reason is to attract opposite sex. Then for money reason, we still have some persons that don't really care about how they look. And if you notice those persons, they I don't know, I won't pull it that they are godly, or I don't want to use that, but I think we still have good ones that said, I won't do that. It's not good for me. It's too risky. Whoever loves me will love me despite how I look, and I can still work out myself as well. But I still think the major reason is money and inferiority complex. But I would, what you said, I totally agree. But I think that's in Nigerian society. Like, I live in the UK. Okay. Right? I think is the poverty mentality back home that makes. Yeah. Okay. I'm not judging because I used to live in Lagos. I relocated twice. Okay. So I understand what's happening there because of the poverty. Like, a lot of girls are doing runs. They're looking for ways to make money, and they feel that in order to get men's attention, like you said, to make money, for them to do the surgery. But here in the UK, like, there is more job opportunities here. So the women here would actually do surgery if they maybe if they're strippers, or maybe if they're guys coming from Nigeria or Dubai, maybe they just want to do runs and all that. But I think that society pressure in terms of surgery is happening more in West Africa compared to in the UK here. That's just what I personally think. So what you've said, I think that applies more back home than here. There are women doing surgery here, don't misunderstand me, but I think society pressure for surgery is happening back home compared to the Western world. In the States, what do you think? Sorry, we're going to let you speak because you are the opposite sex. In the States, what do you really think is the reason, apart from that money aspect, what do you really think is the major reason why they are going under the surgery? Don't you think it's because of the opposite sex, because of men as well?
Me?
No, I'm asking my sister that said. Oh, sorry, you're asking. I thought you were asking. Yeah. What was your question, please? Now I'm saying that because you said the reason for that is because it's just for back home, that poverty mentality. Yes. Now I'm asking you that in the States here, in UK or where you are now, the reason why they are doing that is not really for money aspects. So I'm saying that. So is it because of men, or because they just want to look good? I think women are doing surgery in the Western world because they want to look good. They're doing surgery because of low self-esteem, because they look at other women and they see how other women. And also, you got to realize that we're watching music channels. You know, like you're watching Afrobeats, you're watching the TV. Actually has an influence on how women reason as well. And the television media is also a problem why women are actually having insecurities. If the media wasn't there, right, the television and music videos, then I also think women wouldn't be having unnecessary pressures to look good. So there are some men that are actually married to women as well, and the men are also pushing their women, their girlfriend, their wives to say, why don't you go do surgery? I want you to look this way. So I personally think in the Western world, women are doing surgery because of low self-esteem. Maybe they've had they've had a couple of children, and they're looking at other women out there to see how the women look in their clothes, and they wish they can actually look that way. You know, and
okay, let's allow the gentleman.
My last one before I'll let the guy talk, please.
Okay.
Do you know that society is contributing greatly to this as well?
Not just society, Instagram.
Yes. Whenever I go to the Eno, and I've never seen him giving accolades to slim girls. Yes, it's true. Accolades to opposite shape. Rather, it's those big, and this has a way of, you know, those guys that don't look that big type, figure 8 type, they'll start having that low self-esteem. That's correct. And exactly. Yeah. Then at the same time, if we now say the guys that all men now are running towards slim girls, don't you think women or girls will start reducing that shape to slim fit? Don't you think so? So I still feel men contribute greatly to that as well. Men.
Let's allow the gentleman to talk. Men, you contribute a lot. Especially Tunde Ednot.
Hi, Daddy Freeze. Hi,
Hi.
Daddy Freeze. Hi, everybody.
Hi, how are
Nice
you
to be
doing?
here.
Hi.
I'm good. First, let's make an example, and let's start with the animal from the animal kingdom, right? The peacock. Let's use the peacock for as an example. The female peacock brings out its feathers.
That's the male. Oh.
Pretty.
That's the male. Oh.
Is that the male?
Yes.
But yeah, okay. But why does it do that? It do that to get attention from the opposite sex.
Absolutely.
From the opposite sex. Now, if the opposite sex is not appealing to you, what do you need the opposite sex for? What we are saying now is sexual education, all right? So if you are saying, hey, it's because someone posted something or something, no. Everyone has his or her own preferences. In the comment I wrote, I go to the strip club once every month with my wife. My wife is older than I am. There are beautiful girls out there.
Hold on. Is your wife Oyinbo?
Sorry?
Is your wife Oyinbo?
Yes, she is.
Now them they understand. None of these women here, plus Linda and this other, they no go. You go carry them go sleep. You go buy first.
Yes.
Linda, can your husband carry you to strip club? Wait. Let's have this conversation. Linda, can your husband carry you to strip club?
Yes, I don't mind. Yes, once I get married, I don't mind my husband taking me to strip club. Why not? I would even be the one to take him to strip club. That don't
make sense.
Spice
makes sense.
Spice
up.
Yeah. You as a couple, what you like. So yes, of course. I don't have the traditional African mindset to say, oh my God, I cannot go to strip club. You have to spice up your sex life. So why not? You know, why not? Yeah.
So basically men are attracted by what they see, and men naturally are masculine. That's what defines us. We've got muscles more than the women. We're stronger than the women. So when you see someone who is soft and or softer than you in nature, you will with time grow tendency of want to tap from that softness, if I would use the word. Right? So I won't be attracted to a lady that is as masculine as I am, and I believe most guys here won't. In as much as I won't get attracted to a lady that is as masculine as I am, I won't want to get attracted to a lady that is very obese.
Speak for yourself.
No. Let's be fact. Let's be be factual here. So the fact is, these ladies go under the knife or doing this not because of their fellow ladies. It's because they want to be pleasing to the opposite sex.
Exactly.
What is the gain of being pleasing to the opposite sex? Survivor. Money. I don't know if you understand me.
You can add 40% of love anyway. You can add 40%
on a normal day, I won't give my money to a lady that is as masculine as I am. That's a fact. But I will have a soft spot for someone who looks more appealing to the eyes. There is a way the brain works.
So now you go after beauty, is that what you're saying? Or you go after love?
If I go after beauty, I won't be married to whom I'm married to. I go after the brain.
Exactly
what you can bring to the table.
Almost shots fired, though. Shots fired, though.
A lot of guys out there, they prefer that figure eight. Oh, why they're so attracted to figure eight? They don't even want to care about. I've seen a lot of skits that said, wait till your character don't do for you. The skit is just somehow where the one that we shape will come out, and the guy will be running after the one we shape, figure eight. Then the one we shape. Okay.
If you're coming from where I'm coming, or if you have the opportunity of being above 30 years plus, being in your mid-30s, going to your 40s or your early 30s, you won't be after shape. If a lady has said, hey, I'm pregnant, and comes back and say, hey, you're not responsible for the pregnancy, but I want to be with you. If you've been pushed in tight corners, you will know what you want from what you need as a man. Most men cheat not because they really want to cheat, but it's because of the temptation they see out there.
Hmm.
Why is the temptation out there? The temptation is out there because the person they have at home cannot be compared to the persons they are seeing out there. That brings an inferiority complex to what you were saying on the side of the lady, who then goes back and tries to be like the lady outside. I don't know if you understand me.
Yeah, I get the point. Yeah.
Yeah, that is just my take. Ladies do go under the knife because they want to gain something from the opposite sex.
So it's mainly because of the opposite sex.
Yes,
It's
not.
mainly.
Can I ask you a question?
That's my point. Yeah, that's my point. Actually, I'm on the same side
Can I
with
ask you guys a question? A personal question. Would you guys want to go under the knife? Would you want to go under the knife because you want to look like the other lady in his life?
I'm not sure. I'm on the same line with you. I said that one of the major reasons is because of the opposite sex. That if you remove, if guys now start saying that we love straight girls, you will be surprised that most girls will go reduce their bump and everything and want to be straight. That's
also now the opposite sex now they foot to bills. So these ladies gonna want look okay for the opposite sex so that them.
Now Linda drew some attention to that. Linda said that is a West African conversation. It is not like that in the part of the world where women can actually get their own stuff. This is a conversation that is unique to Africa in most instances, where women rely on men for subsistence.
That's correct.
For sustenance, I beg your pardon.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah. That's correct.
Okay, so on a final note.
In other words, in Africa, let me just say Africa, or this poverty mentality, most girls tend to go for this surgery in order to get something from the opposite sex, while in the Western world, they go, for me, not because of the other lady, but they go to look attractive for the opposite sex in order to be attached to this or that. They don't really care about their money. Western world, they don't care about money. They have money, right? But I think they still want a man. Anyway.
Can I say something? The ladies from the Western world do the same thing. The ladies from the Western world do the same thing as the ladies from back in Nigeria, but in a different level and a different mindset, different orientation. A lady will want to get hooked up to or have kids, a baby or two for a guy because they know the guy will foot the bills, child support.
That's correct. Yeah.
Child support.
Yeah.
So what are we not saying?
Yeah.
You see a lady in the US. You see a lady in the US having 3 babies from 3 different men, getting child support from 3 different men. It all boils down to
basically, we tend to go under knife just to look attractive for opposite sex. Basically, no one is going to tell me that it's because of woman. I not totally disagree. Yes, I still that's the opinion, but I still think it's because of the opposite sex, just to look attractive, either whether to get money from the opposite sex, or do you know that there's a feeling when you walk into an environment or into a place, when you walk to a place and all eyes turn and stare at you, there is this feeling, this good feeling when you get accolades from opposite sex. Oh, you look good. Oh, your shape is not because of money even. So I think basically it's because we tend to do all that because of opposite sex to get attention.
All right, guys. I think we need to I think we need to end it here. Linda, I'll let you have the final say so we can end it. Over to you.
What did you say, Daddy Freeze, please?
I said I think we need to end the live session here, but I'll let you have the final say.
Women need to work on their self-esteem. Like me personally, I've been working out for over 17 years. I've been exercising. I don't want to talk about my age, but I look younger than I am. Yeah? I go to the gym. I see some girls, they've actually done surgery. I'm thinking, you've done surgery and you're still here. Like, they said to me, oh, wow, Linda, your physique and all that. And they said to me that, don't you want, I said, no, I'm not doing surgery. Why? Why should I do surgery? Because I want to. Why are you exercising? Why are you